Well, hello and welcome to another episode, my dear Momentum listeners. Today is not just another episode, it's a celebration. And why? Because we've just celebrated 4 years of branding Momentum podcast. So grab your favorite drink and let's dive in. Hey, I'm Veronica de Polo, and with more than 15 years being a marketing strategist, are you ready for actionable bite-sized episodes about business advice on marketing, branding, and messaging to take your business to the next level? If you're a service business owner, we'll show you how to attract qualified leads on social media and beyond. We'll reveal the art of showcasing your brand effectively and will uncover the best strategies to hook your audience so they keep coming for more. Say goodbye to outdated marketing strategies and embrace the power of change. Welcome to the Branding Momentum Podcast. Before I start, let me confess. This episode has been one of the most hardest episodes for me to make. Weird, I know. But I've gone down the rabbit hole of the memory lane route of listening to old episodes and researching and trying to figure out what to say here. And the honest truth is that I've been overthinking everything. I wanted to make it different and unique and all that blah blah BS. And what I got to do is to simply rewind to a moment that feels just like yesterday with a lot of nostalgia. And it started from the bottom, and now I'm chilling with my homies in my PJs recording a podcast. Hey, I'm kidding. I'm sorry I had to say that just like that. Well, imagine this. I've been craving for months to shift from image consultant, and my clients at the time were pulling me into a direction of personal branding. And I had only been doing YouTube for a very short time. And after doing research and watching all these courses about podcasting and finding a podcast editor, that is when I decided to actually launch my first 2 episodes on February 5th. And I launched those 2 episodes because my editor said that it is better to launch with 2 right away, not just an intro, that they would have to wait for another week to get the episode. So what I did is what we did, and we launched, and I did what he said. In less than a month, it just passed. I was in New York and the pandemic hit. And just like that, and like all of you, I was questioning everything. I was, in a pivotal time at a moment of uncertainty, and I was being bombarded by my friends and my clients and my colleagues to teach them actually how to work from home. Because I've been doing it since 2002 and teaching them how to launch online courses and create sales funnels and how to simply use and make webinars. It was actually madness. So I thought, why not pivot into doing that and teach people how to create online projects? So I did. So imagine behind the scenes, my know-how, my expertise was actually being pulled from left to right. And everybody wanted a piece of my brain at that moment. And at the beginning of the year, like I said, I had decided that I was going into personal branding. And by July, I had pivoted into online projects. And because of my many years of experience organizing events, believe it or not, these months were very, very confusing because I was doing one thing publicly, but privately, I was teaching people about marketing and branding. So obviously, I had to stop and regroup. So I did. And for 3 months, I didn't publish, or that's what I think my brain tells me, that I didn't publish any podcast episodes because I felt I needed to find my way back to something that I really wanted to talk about for the longest time. So by 2021, I was all in, but I was also doing YouTube. And it was a lot of work because you know how it is to create content, right? You got to put your makeup on. And I was doing like 4 videos for the entire month. And I was doing the podcast episodes. And I was putting out every other week a podcast episode and a YouTube video, which in the end, I decided that podcasting was going to be my main vehicle of communication. But before I tell you the stories or anything, I want to give a big, massive shout out to all of you, my fantastic listeners. And if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Your comments, your support, your reviews is why I do this every week. And you are the real rock stars of this show. It's you, for you, that I actually do this. Now, let me tell you, I'm kind of sort of on this rabbit hole thing that I went through. I picked a few episodes that made me go like, oh my God, did I really just say that? Or did I just really drop a podcasting gem here? And as I was listening to them, and these are old, and these are the ones that I personally thought, even the title was like, it's intriguing. Why not? And they made me think, and maybe you'll think as well, that they are more into not so much strategy, but more into the mindset. Because in the end, I honestly feel that being here on a podcast, people listen, and we are all listening with our own mindset and our own, and I'm gonna drop this, and I'm sorry, Spotify, Apple, we all have our own shit, right? And sometimes we are like, okay, let me see what I can find here. What is this woman telling me? And sometimes we're open to listening, sometimes we're not opening to listening. And sometimes I don't even feel like doing the podcast sometimes, like this one actually was very hard to open my mouth and share with you. God knows why. Like I said, I was overthinking everything. But sometimes we gotta give out what we feel. And so these are the ones. I only found 8. Obviously, I like them all. Come on. Veronica, come on. I like them all. And but I want to share them with you, the titles, and we'll try to give you the links to these podcast episodes because they had a message and a deeper message, I feel, into a certain moment in time. And of course, this has been 4 years. And so let me go with the first one. The willingness to follow through. Oh my God, I love that title. I'm sorry to tell you. I love it because it's so easy not to follow through, and only your willingness is what will make you follow through. So that, to me, just the title gives me goosebumps in a way, because that is one of the hardest things for business owners to do, which is to follow through. Now, the second one would be 5 steps to turn your voice into your superpower. Oh, yes. I tell you, there are 5 things that your voice will make and shift somebody's mindset for them to make a decision. So these are 5 little things that I feel your voice could change how you communicate. Now, number 3 is repeating old ways won't give you visibility. Shifting your mindset will. And I love this title because sometimes we get stuck on things that we usually do in the past, and we repeat them and we repeat them, and times have actually changed. The way that we do business, the way that we do marketing, the way that we communicate, social media, everything has actually shifted and changed so much in so many ways. And when you stay stuck and you don't evolve, the only thing that needs to evolve for me is your mindset for you to grow as a business, but also grow as a business owner. So that title to me tells me a lot. And this is what I wanted to try to convey within this episode. Number 4 is how to prioritize your business versus your client needs. This, I think I drop a few F's there. I think so. I can't remember now. But this is a continuous discussion with clients all the time and colleagues of how the boundaries that we don't give ourselves when we are a business owner, or we don't give those boundaries to those clients that are paying. And sometimes they cross the line and we don't know what to do. And yeah, so that one is, for me, it touches a lot of points. I know the struggle of having so many dreams, goals, and a bunch of papers around, and only half of those things get done. Not focusing on the important stuff, which is to be a better service provider to my clients, but also to myself. That is why I made a planner for service-based business owners that want to kick ass, all in one place. The planner includes 135 pages. All tabs are clickable, and each section has a cover to access where you want to go easily. Not only you don't need to print this planner if you don't want to, because everything is fillable. We include sections on how to know yourself and your business, yearly planning, quarterly planning, monthly financial planning, monthly goal setting, weekly planning, a client hub, and resource section. Go to the description here below and go to veronicadepolo.com/shop. Otherwise, look for the banner where it has the service-based business planner ready for you to download. This is not just a purchase. This is an investment in your business success. Come and join us and grab your service-based digital planner right now. Now, number 5 is breaking the rules with marketing and messaging. And this is all about, I'm a rule breaker in a way. I was a rule breaker when I was a child, and I even tell you a little bit of story about that in that episode. And I think that when it comes to marketing, you gotta break the mold. Definitely have to break the mold. And that is the only way that you will actually be different and unique from competitors. Now, number 6 is perfectionism will stop you from promoting your business. And we have actually an updated version of this that it came out later. I did an updated version of that episode. But I do feel that sometimes we want to be so perfect and we want to be so, everything needs to be aligned and everything needs to be so perfect that we end up not promoting our business. We're so perfect about how the content needs to read, how the image needs to come out, how the video needs to look, how we should look. So many things that we end up not showing up. So that is pretty powerful, I think. Number 7 is 10 reasons why people will buy if you are doing this. And I like it because it's funny because I was just listening to it and I talk about exactly what I'm saying today here. I'm telling you a little bit more in depth how it really was pivoting, but then I give you the 10 things that will actually make you change. And I'll suggest that you really go and listen to that one. It's really good. And then number 8, you're not behind on your marketing. Yes. And just the title says it all. You're not old. You have the time. You can catch up anytime you want. People don't remember what you haven't done. People only remember you right now and what you're doing exactly right now, how you show up right now. People don't keep up, really, to be honest. They don't. So you are never behind. So go and listen to those, okay? Now, obviously, on 2023, I decided to explore on interviews. And I'll be honest, yeah, I felt like it was a lot more work for me, at least. But yes, I got to sit down and make connections and discover other people's passions. And it was incredible. It was incredible the amount of knowledge that I got and my listeners got out of these interviews. Now for 2024, and I know I said I was not going to do interviews, but I did one because I felt that I needed to share that wisdom of that. Sometimes we complain, that we need help and we don't have any hands to help us. So that is why I actually did that podcast episode. But for 2024, just, for those of you that don't really know me, like know me, for me, it's very hard to think about the future. I only think about the future in terms of maybe 6 months. I mean, I could buy a plane ticket, but I don't think of me here in 6 months. I try to live my life as best I can, one day at a time. And with business, I do try to go further, obviously. I do try to plan out my content. I push myself to all those things. But if you ask me on a personal level, so what are you doing Saturday or Sunday? I'm like, well, if I have something in the books, I'll tell you. But I can't go into, I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. I don't know. I honestly can't. And that is something that I went through many years ago. And that's the only way that I managed to live my life or my days the fullest. And that's why I always say that I reboot my brain from the day before. Before yesterday was yesterday, today is today. And for 2024, we are planning to spread our wings. And we, obviously, if you're not following us, you need to follow us on our Instagram account, Branding Momentum. And please come and join us because we are only been there for a month. And we want to grow that. We want to let people know more about the podcast. But we're also doing more articles. We're doing more blogs. We're planning to double down on more audio trainings and go deeper on subjects on lead generation. I feel that I need to create something that can give you more money, give you more chances. And that's everybody that is in the marketing world. The bottom line, why people actually listen to marketing and want to know more about marketing is because you want leads and you want sales, right? That's the bottom line. So I'm gonna sit down and put my brain to work into something for that. And then the other thing that I would like to maybe do is another audio training on content creation, because we overthink a lot the content creation. We overthink that we don't have the time when we don't promote our business enough because we're giving all our time to our clients. So that is something that I really want to explore and help you with. Maybe procrastination and creation and creativity. Who knows? I'm just thinking here. And then another one of the last things that I think I've mentioned before is that I would love to jump into other podcast podcasts, really. Getting interviewed by other niche, like into event planning or fashion or real estate and interior design, things that I love to talk about and that I can turn that into marketing and messaging. So if you know any podcasts that I should talk to, let us know as well. So that is why it's so good that you're getting into our Instagram account and you send me a DM there, and we'll get that ball rolling there. And I guess many other plans that maybe we don't have 100% figure out, but we will get there. Anyways, so 4 years, it's a long time. Yeah, I never thought about it, but it's been wonderful. It's been a joy being here. And I thank you again for listening, for leaving us so many reviews. Oh my God. Oh, sometimes I can't keep up. You guys are the best. And all I got to do is try to keep up and show up consistently like I try to do. And we got to share this with the world. We got to let other people know that we're here. And we have little bite-sized episodes to hear, and that's it. I don't want to keep on going because then I'm going to be repeating myself, right? So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to you, to the listeners, to my team, to my editor, to everybody that has worked with me in the past and who have supported me throughout this journey. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you so much. I'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.